Hello, 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 and welcome once again to The Meta. I am your host, Chris Buckner, and besides me is the charming and talented Mr. Charles Powers.
Oh,
Charles?
boy, stop. You're going to make me blush.
Whatever.
Yes, I am Charles Powers. This is The Meta. Buck, tell the fam what we've got planned for this week's episode.
You got it. That's right. Dollar a fam. It's going to be a great episode today. We're going to be looking ahead to what the new year could mean for esports, including MOBAs to shooter fighters, sports games.
Fortnite. You got that, Fortnite.
I don't even get it. Last week you said on this show that you didn't even think Fortnite was a real esport.
I know. Look, man, here's the deal. I heard that if you mention Fortnite a certain number of times per episode, you get the super fat royalty check. And some may call me a sellout, but to them, I say Fortnite.
I don't really think that's how any of this works.
You know, in an ideal world, though, it would be. Kind of like how Trump charges royalty fees for using his name. And do you think that's too political, though?
Yeah, that really isn't this kind of show.
Okay, I'm being told to stick to the script. But yeah, so Josh Beard joins us on the desk to discuss gaming's Lord and Savior, Ninja, all culturally relevant stuff.
That's right. So glad you guys could join us today. Sit back and enjoy. This is The Meta. We start our look into the new year with MOBAs. If you don't know what MOBA stands for, it's Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. The two standouts in this category are League of Legends and Dota 2. League of Legends wins the popularity contest, while Dota 2 wins the prize pool battle. North American League action is set to start January 26th. There was some confusion on the LOL Esports Twitter with what year it was, as you can see here, but they got it all sorted out. They also announced that North American competition will no longer be the NALCS, it will just be the LCS since the EU LCS is now LEC. Along with all these crazy name changes came crazy roster changes. With the roster shakeup happening in the offseason, I can't wait to see the Week 1 rosters. Team Liquid is looking strong, C9 is coming off an amazing Worlds run, and Clutch Gaming has made some of the strongest moves to improve its roster.
Yeah, you know, Clutch Gaming's roster is looking mighty nice. I don't know why he said LOL instead of LOL, but
LOL.
Yeah, whatever. Meanwhile, Dota 2 already started their pro circuit for the 2018 and 19 season. The pro circuit is a set of 5 majors, each matched with a minor. Dream League Season 10 was the first minor won by the Tigers, which qualified them for the Kuala Lumpur Major that was won by Virtus Pro. Next up in January is the Bucharest Minor, leading to the Chongqing Major. But all these majors are nothing compared to the International. The prize pool last year for the International was over $25 million, which in the grand scheme of things was only a small increase from the prior year, which may be pointing to a plateau for the tournament. We, however, can't forget to mention Smite and Heroes of the Storm in our talks about MOBAs. Smite has a slightly different take on the MOBAs with a third-person view versus the normal top-down view. It's holding its own in the battle for player base, but it can't quite compete with its older brothers. One MOBA dropping out of the race completely is Heroes of the Storm. Blizzard announced on Twitter that while the game will still be supported for casual play, there will not be any Blizzard-backed esports events. This came as a shock to many, including casters and players who were preparing for the next year's events. Not quite the Christmas present they were hoping for.
That's right. That actually really sucks for those guys. Moving on to the first-person shooters. Everyone knows that CSGO is the top dog, but with the recent moves made by Valve, there may be some room for contenders to rise up. CSGO was supposed to move to Source 2 quite a while ago, but has not fully ported over the upgraded platform. Players were hoping that Source 2 was going to be the big announcement when Valve announced their new BR, but were left very frustrated. It was like if you asked for a PS4 for Christmas and got the new Soulja game Fuse. That is actually 100% real. Soulja Boy, who y'all all know and probably don't love, came out with his own system. It would be similar to that. CSGO has also seen a decline in its creator content with a limited number of new maps and features added. On the competitive side of things, this year, we said goodbye to the Virtus Pro roster that was one of the longest-standing groups to constantly play together since 2014. It'll be interesting to see if a team like Astralis, can maintain their dominance and roster at the same time.
Yo, you can't knock Soulja Boy's hustle. I actually half expected a game console that had a crank and an early 2000s dance move as a bundle with the console. I don't know. It's all fun and games, though, till you get sued. Just like the teams gunning for Astralis, Rainbow Six and Call of Duty have their sights set on CSGO's spot on the podium. Call of Duty made a huge splash at the end of the year with Black Ops 4, and with its popularity on PC, many are wondering if its PS4 League will get a counterpart. Even without a PC League, the COD World League is showing off their talent. They have increased their price pool, increased team size, and increased their player pool by removing region locks. I'm guessing bigger is better is the slogan that they're going with this year. With the league starting in February, we're sure to see some great pro action, but the league is not the only focus. The CWL is working on their amateur scene to ensure the esports longevity. They're using their amateur circuit and national qualifiers for LANs to find talent from all across the world. They certainly are not taking their players for granted.
Siege is also trying to improve its market share this year. The Pro League was supposed to have its NA start in December, but due to a bug in the league, thought it might be best to wait, because of the competitive integrity, that whole thing. Some leagues aren't that protective of their integrity. It would be like the NFL letting their players play with deflated footballs.
They would never do that.
They would never do that.
Never.
The Pro League features 3 regions of 8 teams each. The 3 regions are North America, Europe, and South America. Rainbow Six does have some hurdles to overcome. Their operator system is set up in a way that you either have to buy the character or grind to earn renown. This is different than the loot box situation we talked about last week, but it does make the amateur scene a lot harder to enter. Earlier this year, we did a story on one Rainbow Six team in particular, Dark Zero. The team recently moved to Houston. Hey, Houston, that's where we are. And is looking to help the league grow by increasing team-generated content and giving insights into where the competitive scene is heading.
Yeah, I think that Dark Zero story was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It was cool getting to kind of get some behind the scenes on a new team coming in. Of course, we know their SK Gaming's roster, but that house was so nice.
Oh, yeah, that house is absolutely
so
incredible.
nice. I want that bathroom.
That's random in the bathroom, but I like it. Okay.
Hey, man, you got to pamper yourself.
I agree.
Treat yourself. Also looking to make big moves in the new year are trading card games, TCGs. With Hearthstone making changes to their professional structure, Magic making their esports push, and Artifacts coming into the arena, we will probably have an interesting year of competition between both players and games. All 3 games have a different outlook on their respective esports scene. Hearthstone Pro esports are completely run by Blizzard, which is just the Blizzard way of doing things. Artifact is a Valve game, so any tournament organizer that wants to run an Artifact tournament can, like Mainline's weekly Ancient Wars that are starting on December 23rd.
That's right. Shameless plug. He said Mainline. This is the Mainline esports television attempt.
It is. It is. Magic is mixing esports with their traditional tournaments and allowing players across their digital and physical games to compete in the pro scene. 2019 is shaping up to be a good year for those gamers who believe in the heart of the cards.
When we come back, we finish our look ahead at next year's esports, and later in the show, Josh joins Charles at the desk to weigh in on a few things. Don't go anywhere. The Meta will be right back. Welcome on back. Another area that is up for grabs is who will be the king of the Battle Royale scene. Fortnite is the clear fan favorite right now. All right, God dang it. But Epic doesn't seem to be having that much interest in becoming a full-fledged esport, as Charles pointed out last show. With almost all of their content being designed for casual players, I'm fully expecting them to add tanks into their next patch. They did, however, remove the Infinity Blade from the game, which was obviously wildly successful, sarcasm. PUBG is starting their own Pro League this year, and they also just released a new snow map, Bikindi. Here's a look at what that new map looks like. The map is looking pretty spectacular, and a lot of the pro players are initially feeling pretty good about how the map is playing. PUBG has a great chance of cementing their place in the market with their new league starting in January. Other BRs entering the market, like CSGO's Danger Zone, have a lot of catching up to do if they want to compete in the Battle Royale.
The Battle Royale, I love it. I'm also really glad that you keep that Danger Zone thing going.
Archer, I'll shove that in, just like Mainline references. Mainline.
Now, I know some of you guys may not consider Smash Ultimate a fighting game, but there was no other category for us to fit it into, so fight me. Smash has a lot of hype building around it with tournaments already kicking off. Smash Ultimate is in a better place as far as the competitive scene is concerned because of the improved abilities of online play. The Smash community is built on local tournaments, and with that strong foundation, the addition of improved online communities will only make it stronger. the main Smash event we are really looking forward to is that Zero versus Sonic Fox battle. Check out this tweet, man. Them's fighting words. Outside of Smash, you basically have all the other games in Sonic Fox's wheelhouse. The big thing to look forward to next year is to see how the new Mortal Kombat game fits into the scene. Mortal Kombat 11 is expected to be released April 23rd. Now, I would love to show you guys the trailer, but I was made aware that the trailer was a little too gory for television.
Yeah.
So instead, here's this. Just whenever you see gratuitous amounts of glitter, picture blood and a bunch of human body parts.
That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah. Gotta, skirt around the system sometimes.
I mean, this is an NC-17 show, so I'm kind of surprised we couldn't put it in there, but whatever.
Hey, I'm gonna play by the rules this
All right,
time.
good for you.
Mortal Kombat as a game has traditionally not shied away from violence, and that can hurt when it comes to getting event sponsors and getting placed on the front page of streaming and video sites. And just as you witnessed, it can be severely limiting. The other games that should have good, healthy competition are Dragon Ball FighterZ, Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, and Injustice 2. Each of these games have a little something different to offer. I highly suggest if you haven't watched fighting games before, that you take notice this year and get in on the action.
Rocket League is another game that doesn't quite fit the category mold, but for today, it's a sports game. Rocket League Champions Series is entering its 7th season. If you can't enjoy fast cars running into each other and trying to knock a ball into a goal, I just seriously don't know what the hell's going to entertain you. With all the action we saw at the end of last year with the end of Season 6 and the E-League Finals, I'm sure that this year of Rocket League will not be a letdown. Moving from car soccer to human soccer, EMLS is expanding its league, adding Atlanta United, DC United, and FC Cincinnati. The 3 new teams bring the grand total to 22 teams. Last year's winner was Kid Momoto with the Houston Dynamo. Hey, Houston!
Houston!
Okay, fine. With the rules in the EMLS Cup, you are guaranteed to see most of the big names in soccer playing on your team. Last year at PAX East, I got to see firsthand Ronaldo and Messi taking on Ronaldo and Messi.
Titillating.
Yeah, it really was. The rules are designed so that the skill and strategy are the determining factors, not the home team's ability to sign players.
Yeah, I'm glad you managed to talk about sports games without bringing up NCAA 14. I am really proud of you.
Thanks. Actually, I didn't
No. It's now time to talk about Madden.
Okay.
Madden 19 started their online ladder in mid-November, and regular play continues on through February with the Madden Challenge Final in March. Now, as we know, last year, there was a horrific tragedy that happened at a Madden qualifier tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. The community has come together and stood strong in the wake of this hardship. We, as part of the esports community, stand together with them.
Absolutely.
The other big sports game in the esports market is NBA 2K. Despite the outcry from the 2K community about the numerous glitches, broken gameplay, and laggy servers, the inaugural season was generally well received, and the second season will feature 4 new expansion teams as the Hawks, Lakers, Timberwolves, and Nets join the league. No word yet on our Rockets, man. I don't know when they're going to hop in on the action.
I don't know. Do we call Christian? Do we call Daryl Morey? Who do we call?
Oh,
maybe Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we come back, we'll be joined, as always, with Josh Beard, talking more things esports, I'm guessing. Is that right, Charles?
That is correct, because we are, after all, the mainline esports television attempt, Fortnite. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Meta. I'm joined by a familiar face, Mr. Josh Beard himself. Josh, welcome
everybody.
back to the show.
Thanks for having me back. This is the 3rd time I've been on the show so far, and I think I'm falling in love with the camera a little bit too much. I'm sorry I'm not falling in love with you, but I am falling in love with the camera and the beautiful people watching us right now.
Hey, either or. I'll take it. Just fully embrace it.
Oh, I will fully embrace the camera always from now on.
Hey, okay, let's talk some esports. Something that's really interesting that you kind of see on social media from pundits who aren't in the industry, who aren't a part of esports, and even some gamers make the argument that esports aren't real sports. And of course, we here at the Meta have a very strong stance on that because we are in it.
It's an esports show, so
Exactly. But what do you say about that? What do you say to rebuttal that?
So, I mean, obviously, this is a conversation I've had probably about 1,000 times because I do work at a sports radio station here in town. I also work at Sports Radio 610. And this is a conversation that I've had with hosts there, with athletes that are ex-athletes that are hosts there, current athletes that ask me about it. And they always ask me the question, do you think they're athletes? Do you think this is a sport? I used to do a show with Paul Gallant, who also does Just Saying and Sports Zone Unfiltered on theCUBE, just like we're on theCUBE. And he used to tell me, he's like, why would I want to watch anybody play video games? Why would I want to watch competitive games when I could just go play it? And I think the best response, and the response that I've had time and time again, is the same response that Ninja gave Jimmy Fallon the other night whenever he had him on for an interview. And he said, why would I want to watch anybody play basketball or play football? It's to see the best do what they do. But I've played all of these games, but I can't do it at the same level that these guys do. The disparity in skill between me, just average player, and these guys like Simple playing CSGO is just astronomically huge. And it's the same thing in traditional sports. Anytime you get to see the best compete against the best, you want to be a part of that. You want to watch that because I can't go out and do those things. I can't go out and play in the NFL. I can't go out and play in the NBA. I can go play basketball and football, but not nearly at the same level. And it's the same thing with gaming and esports. It's not even that, too. It's why do people want to listen to me talk on the radio and talk about sports? Why do people want to watch the meta? They want to watch for the personalities. They want to watch for the content and the entertainment that they're going to get from it. And outside of the esports and the competitive gaming realm, you also get that entertainment aspect where people watch Ninja not just because he's really good, but they're entertained by him. People watch, the Game Grumps, guys like that, when you get more into a general gaming sense.
Yeah.
They watch the Game Grumps because they're hilarious, and you get that entertainment factor. And so that's what it is. It's all about the entertainment, getting to see people entertain you in whatever way it is, whether it's because they're funny, they're a good personality, or because they're just because they're so good at the game, you have to watch them do it.
I think that's something really interesting about esports. And the way that, a lot of people kind of feel like, oh man, this came out of nowhere. The reality of it is this has been going on for decades. But I think something that really separates esports is the fact that unlike traditional sports, there is no barrier to entry for the most part, and there's no barrier to participate. You brought up Ninja and people watching him, not just because he's good at what he does, but also because they've started to like his personality. So that's a part about esports that, other sports don't necessarily have as a part of their repertoire, as part of their bloodline, Whereas here, these athletes, they're streaming on Twitch. You can ask them questions. They're very open, most of them on social media. So you get to kind of be a part of that storyline. You get to see their narrative be crafted, which is really, really interesting. And I am absolutely fascinated by that aspect of it. Josh, don't go anywhere. I definitely want to pick your brain a little bit more because as we're talking about getting more into esports, there's one rapper / celebrity who is looking at kind of getting into it as well. We'll talk about that here after the break. Guys, don't go anywhere. The Meta will be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Charles Powers, he's Josh Beard. We're gonna keep talking esports, and the topic right now is one hip-hop rapper. I say that with a question mark, but Soulja Boy, he has been having kind of an interesting time as of late. He announced not one, not two, but 3 consoles, and that's all interesting. If you don't know much about that, the 3 consoles are blatant ripoffs. I would put those in the scam category, kind of like if a friend from high school hits you up like, hey, we should go out to lunch, and then you find out it's like a freaking MLM meeting where they're trying to recruit you. That's what I feel like those consoles are. But beyond that, he has come out and said that he is interested in starting up an esports organization, specifically with Overwatch, Call of Duty, Fortnite. Dude, what is going on? I don't even have a question. The whole thing just puzzles me.
Yeah, it makes me go, what? But then I thought, you know what? If I had money, I'd probably do the exact same thing. He still has to have some backing, some money.
No, but here's the thing. Does he have money? And if he does, he's not going to have any after Nintendo buries him.
What's the end game for Soulja Boy having esports teams? What is his end goal? Honestly, I really feel like he'd probably be better off just trying to do something for esports events, trying to do something for other esports teams, just using whatever clout, whatever celebrity he used to have, and just try to get into it first and learn about it and learn about esports in general before he just goes out and tries to start teams.
Clout is a word that I would not necessarily use with Soulja Boy. You know, it's
That's fair.
Because you come and say, okay, I want to start esports organizations. It just feels really, really. I don't want to say tone deaf because it's not necessarily tone deaf, but it's like he hasn't come to grips with the. I feel like he may not have come to grips with the amount of work that it's going to take. And
Yes.
I feel like he's kind of trying to ride the wave.
I really do feel like it's tone deaf to that because what it feels like is he feels like a guy who just got into video games and he has like whatever pull he has and whatever money he has, he's just trying to throw it at video games and esports and just throw anything out there. It's like if I gave my son like $1 million and said, do what you want with it, and he tried to come out with his own video game consoles and then he tried to start esports teams just without even knowing half of the battle that he was getting himself into. Like that's what Soulja Boy feels like. He feels like my 7-year-old son that has no idea what he's doing. And so it is a little bit tone deaf because you're trying to join this space you know nothing about, and it's really like you're just a little kid throwing money out there.
Well, buddy, I always appreciate your insights. Having you here at the desk always makes for good conversation. Tell the good folks at home where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Josh Beard Radio, and you can find me on Instagram. I don't say Insta or the gram. I use the full name at JB_radio.
We'll save that for Buck. Speaking of which, he'll be joining me back at the desk here in a little bit. Don't go anywhere, literally right now.
Well, that about does it for us here at The Meta. Charles, we really enjoyed hearing you and Josh's perspective, as always, on things.
Yeah, it's always fun having Josh at the desk to talk about things like that.
Hey guys, listen, we are having a blast talking esports with you, and this year has been amazing. This episode will be our last one until the new year, but we will be back with more content, more interviews, and more stories.
More.
Fortnite.
Whatever. Fortnite. I'm ready to get those checks, man. We'd love for you to be a part of the show. Join the conversation on Twitter, where you can keep up with our antics
Obviously.
and see some behind-the-scenes videos.
That's right. Thank you all so much. From Charles, myself, everyone here at The Meta and Mainline, happy holidays. See you next year. This is The Meta.
This is the meta. We need a nice little jingle. Oh, man, don't cry. We'll be back.
We will be back. Better than ever.